devotees. All Guru Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtake. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 18, from text 1 to 11. Chapter 18, Lord Vamanadeva, the Draft Incarnation. Text 1. Sukadeva Goswami said, after Lord Brahma had thus spoken, glorifying the Supreme Lord's activities and prowesses, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is never subject to death like an ordinary living being, appeared from the womb of Aditi. His 4 hands were decorated with a conch shell, club, lotus, and disk. He was dressed in yellow garments, and his eyes appeared like the petals of a blooming lotus. Text 2. The body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, blackish in complexion, was free from all inebriates. His lotus face, decorated with earrings resembling sharks, appeared very beautiful, and on his bosom was the mark of a Srivatsa. He wore bangles on his wrists, armlets, and his arms, a helmet on his head, a belt on his waist, a sacred thread across his chest, and ankle bells decorating his lotus feet. Text 3. An uncommonly beautiful garland of flowers decorated his bosom, and because the flowers were extremely fragrant, a large group of bees, making their natural humming sounds, invaded them for honey. When the Lord appeared wearing the Kaustuba gem on his neck, his effulgence vanquished the darkness in the home of Prajapati Kashyapa. Text 4. At that time, there was happiness in all directions, in the reservoirs of water like the rivers and oceans, and in the core of everyone's heart. The various seasons displayed their respective qualities, and all living entities in the upper planetary system, in the outer space, and on the surface of the earth were jubilant. The demigods, the cows, the brahmanas, and the hills and mountains were all filled with joy. Text 5. On the day of Shravana Dwadasi, the 12th day of the bright fortnight in the month of Bhadra, when the moon came into the lunar mansion, Shravana, at the auspicious moment of Abhijiti, the Lord appeared in this universe. Considering the Lord's appearance very auspicious, all the stars and planets, from the sun to Saturn, were munificently charitable. Text 6. O King, when the Lord appeared on Dwadashi, the 12th day of the moon, the sun was at the meridian as every learned scholar knows. This Dwadashi is called Vijaya. Text 7. Conch shells, kettle drums, panavas, and anakas vibrated in concert. The sound of these and various other instruments was tumultuous. Text 8. Being very pleased, the celestial dancing girls, Apsaras, danced in jubilation. The best of the Gandharvas sang songs, and the great sages, demigods, Manus, Pitas, and fire gods offered prayers to satisfy the Lord. Text 9 to 10. The Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Kimpurushas, Kinnaras, Charanas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Suparnas, the best of serpents, and the followers of the demigods, all showered flowers on Aditi's residence, covering the entire house while glorifying and praising the Lord and dancing. Text 11. When Aditi saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had appeared from her own womb, having accepted a transcendental body by his own spiritual potency, she was struck with wonder and was very happy. Upon seeing the child, the Prajapati Kashyapa exclaimed, Jaya Jaya, in great happiness and wonder. Thank you, Mataji. Sorry for mistaking it. Sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for reading translations today. Hare Krishna Kirtan Das Prabhuji. Please accept our humble obeisances, always to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Please take over the call, Prabhuji. I'll make you co-host.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Devotees. I'm audible, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Let me try to share my screen quickly.
Sure.
Is my screen visible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prashanti Mataji, for reading the translation today. Let me offer my prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुकुं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घाय यत्किरे यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, thanks for joining the call. So in this section, we are reading from the last. I'll give the quick recap. So in today's section, actually, we are going to see the appearance of the Lord Vaman Dev as a dwarf incarnation, as a 5-year-old boy, as a Brahmana boy, and acting as a beggar. So in the quick recap, what we have heard so far, based on the instruction of the Kashyapa Muni advice, Aditi performed the Payovrata for the 12 days with the strict devotion, and then she concentrated on the Lord Vishnu lotus feet. During that time, those 12 days, she controlled her senses, mind, and she was fully focused on the lotus feet of the Lord Vasudeva. And then soon, Lord Vishnu appears because Lord was pleased by the austerity performed by the Aditi. And then Lord appeared in the four-handed form and then in the yellow garment. And Aditi, overwhelmed by her devotion, and while seeing the Lord, and she offered the obeisances to the Lord. And she started crying because Aditi had a inner, desire because she wanted the protection for her son, and she wanted to restore the lost kingdom of her son. And as Lord is sitting in everyone's heart, Lord understood. Uh, Let what the inner desire of the Aditi. And when Lord appeared, she started praying. She said, like, you are the creator, maintainer, and the destroyer. You are the controller of the time also. And then Lord replied, Lord was pleased with her prayers and austerity. Lord replied that I understand that, your desire, inner desire, but Lord gave the caution also because right now these demons are under the protection of the Brahmanas' blessings because Shukracharya has given the Mrityu Sanjeevani to the Bali Maharaj, and then because of the austerity of the Shukracharya, the time is favoring the demon. And Lord has mentioned to Aditi the same thing, but still Lord has promised that he will descend as her son. But Lord ensured her to please make it confidential. This divine arrangement has to be confidential. And then before he disappeared, he instructed Aditi to worship her husband, Kashyap Muni, like the same way how she was worshipping to the Lord Vishnu, Lord Vasudeva. And soon Lord disappear, and we saw like how Lord appear in the heart of the Kashyapa Muni, and then from there, it when they do the transcendental union, it injected to the womb of the Aditi, and then this is we should, and as uh, Sri Krishna Prabhu described, this is no, we should not understand this is a normal mundane conception. This is a transcendental conception. And then later on, what we saw, like Brahma ji realized immediately as Lord appeared in the womb of the Aditi, and then he started offering the prayer. In the today's section, what we see, like how the Lord appear, and then when the Lord appear, how the transcendental environment happened, like everyone started celebrating the appearance of the Lord. Someone is showering the garland, and then a few verses describe about the Lord complexion, and then the Lord form, Lord's ornaments, and then the environment around it, and how like different demigods or Gandharva, how they are celebrating the appearance of the Lord, how they are welcoming the Lord. So these we are going to cover text 1 to text 11 today. So the text 1 talk about how Lord appeared in the womb of Aditi. So when Lord appear, Vamandev appear, Vamandev appear as a four-handed form first, in the yellow garment. And then in all his arms, he's carrying the conch shell, disc, club, and the lotus flower. So, and then he immediately, as a blink of an eye, he just appeared as a Brahmana boy, a 5-year Brahmana boy, as a draft incarnation. Kind of, so he immediately trans. So if we do any kind of skit in our temple, or one character has to play two roles, it takes time to change the cloth. We need to take a break, we need to shut down the curtains, and then, but in this case, in the divine arrangement of the Lord can take any form, any time, based on the time, place, and circumstances. He take those forms, and even though when Lord appear in that dwarf incarnation, nobody knows what he's gonna do, how he's gonna protect the devtas. But Lord has some plans which were unknown at that time to everyone. And with a blink of an eye, he changed from the four-handed form to the dwarf form. So it's inconceivable. Lord's arrangements are inconceivable. We cannot conceive even. So in this text, the Amrita Bahu is a keyword, because Lord appearance, maybe Prabhupada mentioned Lord appear as an ordinary child, but his appearance is beyond death, because that emphasizes transcendental presence there. So, like if we look, we should not see in material world our birth. We take the body, these material body, because we are forced to take this material body because of the our karma, our prarabdha, and three modes act upon us. But Lord always choose to descend to protect the devotees and to annihilate the demons. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord has said to Arjuna, I will appear whenever there is a lack of dharma, and I will establish the dharma back. So, Lord appearance is always, like in the Bhagavad Gita 4.6, Lord has said, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. I incarnate based on through my internal energy in every millennium by my own will. And then Prabhupada mentioned in the purport, we should never see the Lord appearance as a ordinary, as a child like born, correct? Because in when we born, all the three modes act upon us. But when the Lord born, Lord is beyond these three modes of material nature, and Lord is he's not subjected to the fourfold misery, birth, death, old age, and disease. He's beyond that. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord says like Janma Karma Chamet Devyam. Correct. One should understand that Lord activities are transcendental, and they are not nothing comparable to the material activity. One should understand that whoever understand the Lord activities, Lord appearance, disappearance, when people understand, then that means they get immediately liberated. They never take up the material body in the next time, and they transfer to the spiritual planet. So what should we understand? Like teaching from this verse, we should always meditate, uh, meditate in our heart about the Lord form, correct? And when we meditate on our heart about the Lord form, Lord pastimes, Lord will come with the fully equipped. If you see here, when Vamandev appear in the 400 form, he appear as a ornaments with the proper dress and also with the all the different uh, um, uh, weapons in his hand. So in that way, when we meditate on the Lord form, he will provide all kind of protection to us. He'll provide the auspiciousness, protection, beauty, everything. What should be the sadhaka duty? Sadhaka's duty should be to welcome him in our heart. That is the duty of the sadhaka. Rest we should leave up to the Lord, uh, and Lord will take care of everything. The second verse talk about the beauty of his form. So in this verse, it's mentioned like his body is dark, like a monsoon cloud, yet radiant. And he was wearing a sharp shaped earring. His chest has a Shrivasa mark. He is wearing the bracelets, armlets, and a helmet and crown. And his waist has a belt, and he has a sacred thread across his chest. He has an ankle bell decorating his lotus feet. So we should understand this darkness in his complexion is just nothing but a Sham Sundar transcendental hue. What when Krishna also appeared, his complexion was also as a monsoon cloud. What monsoon cloud represent here? Because monsoon cloud is a deep and cooling, basically, full of rain, which which represent it basically for sadhaka. It cools the heart of the devotee. So, Sri Jiva Goswami has, in the Krishna Sandarbha, mentioned that Krishna dark complexion is his Chit Shakti Maya. Basically, came out of the his spiritual potency, while it never a gunamaya. Like it's not out of material mode. It's his it out of internal potency, because he is beyond the three modes of material nature. And then Shrivasa mark in his chest represent the Lakshmi Devi, the eternal residence. So the if we see that Shrivasa is a keyword here, it's because that is a curly hair, that auspicious curly hair on the chest of the Lord, symbol of the Lakshmi Devi eternal residence. So whenever Krishna appears, Lakshmi Devi, that means fortune, prosperity, auspiciousness, all follows to him. Um, as you know that Lord is the source of all opulences, all he's avatari. Krishna is avatari. So true prosperity in the material world, when we think, oh, true prosperity is the money. So everyone is running behind the money. They want to, day in, day out, they're spending their time to run after the money. But if we look at it from the viewpoint of the pure devotee, the true prosperity is welcoming Krishna in our heart, inviting him in our heart, meditating on his form, pastime, and his name. When we do that, when the pure devotee does that, when the devotee does that, then Lakshmi automatically follows. Because wherever Krishna goes, Lakshmi follows, naturally follows. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have seen like Lord form was so enchanting, and Krishna's beauty is so like so enchanting that even Krishna wanted to relish that form, that form, because he was desiring why Srimati Radha Rani was so pleased. She want to enjoy the mood of the Srimati Radha Rani. That's why he took up the form of with the mood of Radha Rani and the form of the golden complexion as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he wanted to relish that form. So in our meditation as a practicing devotee, we should also shift seeing form of the Lord. Not we should not never whenever we go to temple, we should not see okay it's a wooden form, it's a wooden form, or it's a stone metal form or metal form. We should always see the beauty, transcendental beauty of the Lord. We should not see on the material platform. We should see whenever we go to the temple, we see okay Radharani is there, Sham Sundar is there. We should always enjoy the transcendental beauty of the form. We should that relish, because that will come when we do the sincere sadhana, when we follow our guru's instruction, and in that way, Lord will attract our soul. And when we invite him, it will automatically attract the soul. And in this pastime also it happened. Bali Maharaj, he Bali Maharaj was conquered by the beauty of the Lord. Lord has Vaman Dev has influenced the Bali Maharaj heart. That's why he surrendered to the Lord. Even though his Guru Maharaj, Shukracharya, was not happy with him. He was saying not to surrender, but he surrendered. He could not follow his Guru, who gave him the Sanjeevani, who would reinstate his life, recover his life from death. In the third verse, we talk about like how garland, another form. It's discussing the form of the Lord, like how the garland at Kastuba Jam, like uncommonly beautiful garland of flower decorated his chest, and because of the fragrance of the flower, lot of bees got attracted. He wears the Kasturba gel. His effulgence destroyed the darkness in the Kashyapa Muni home. So if you look at the inside here, like as a bee are intoxicated by the nectar, similarly, pure soul is naturally attracted towards the Krishna consciousness, towards the Krishna's beauty, towards the name of the Krishna. And here, Kastoba gems represent the Lord's eternal brilliance. His effulgence is the origin of the Brahman, because from the Lord's body itself the Brahma Jyoti came, and then the Brahma Jyoti is the source of the energy of the sun. So original source is Lord's effulgence, Lord's bodily effulgence. So what it teaches, our for practicing devotees, mindset should be as a bee. As bee always hover around the nectar, correct? Look for the honey. Similarly, practicing devotee should always look for the nectar of the Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's pastime, qualities. They should always admire and talk about it. They should never have a mentality of the crow to go to the garbage. They should always have a mentality to go to the different nectar and relish their heart. And then Krishna's talk in the Bhagavad Gita, 10.41, like all these brilliance, like Brahma Jyoti, whatever the effulgence is coming, are the minor spark of my effulgence. It's a spark. It comes out of the Krishna's body. And he instructed Arjuna that way. Text 4 talk about the eternal joy, universal joy. So now, when the Vaman appear, all the directions, rivers, seasons, cows, Brahmana, mountains, all become joyful. Whenever Lord appear, and in the Krishna's appearance also we have read how the river Yamuna was flowing to the full peak. When the Nand, Nand when the Vasudeva was crossing the Yamuna river, because Yamuna was trying to touch the lotus feet of the Lord. So similarly, when the Lord appear, all the material nature return to his original harmony state, reinstate to his original position, and the dharma flourish, prosperity flourish because of his presence. So similarly, as a practicing devotee, what we need to think, our heart is a landscape of this world. So we need to invite the Lord in this landscape, in our heart. And then when Krishna appear in our heart, everything within us, like our mind, intelligence, senses, find the harmony. They reinstate their original state. And then all these anartha, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Bhay, Mad, Matsar, will diminish. So we need to always sincerely following our bhakti, sadhana, and always welcome the Lord in our courtyard of our heart, and always glorify the Lord form, always glorify the name of the Lord. We should do the Sankirtan, we should do the japa together. We should glorify the devotees. So by these means, Lord will be pleased with us one day. And then when Krishna appear in our heart, all our senses, mind, intelligence will be realigned and they find the harmony, the pleasure, the supreme pleasure. And the same joyous environment, what happened in the Vamandev appearance, same harmony will create within our heart, and we will become happy. And that will be the eternal happiness. Because bhakti brings the spiritual and ecological balance in our life. If we live the God-centered life, our outer and inner nature become harmonious. And we become overjoyed, jubilant. So now text 5, Prabhupada, so only I think text 1 and text 5 has a purport. So text 5 is talk about the astrological movement. So when Lord appeared, that day is called Shravana Dwadashi. It was also called Vijaya Dwadashi because it is happen at a Abhijit Muhurat, which is the most auspicious time. And in this year, I think it's falling on 4th of September this year. And I think, and coming up Vijaya Dwadashi, which is Vamandev appearance day. And then I think next day is Bhaktivinoda Thakur appearance day. Because so now it's talk about this verse talk about the astrological movement. So all the planets, all the stars are aligned favorably because whenever the Krishnas appear, any form, any of his incarnation appear, all the stars, everything is aligned, everything aligned in certain coordinates which cause the auspiciousness, which cause the favorable movements. So here. What we can understand, like all these festivals like Janmashtami, Radha Ashtami, Vaman Dwadashi are not these ordinary dates. Astronomically, they are also pure. Astrologically, they are also pure, and they are auspicious. Because they are eternally auspicious alignment for the stars and planet. But also, it is a fortunate days for the devotee in devotee's life, so that they can perform bhakti sincerely. This is an opportunity to all the bhaktas, so that they can intensify, they can increase the temperature of their bhakti, and then follow all the rituals, vows for extra chanting, some austerity they can do, correct? So as just as the planet align in this, in the correct location, similarly we should also align all our activity as a Krishna conscious activity. We should not waste any of our time during those auspicious days in mundane affairs. So text 6 talk about the Vijaya Dwadashi, like here, Vijaya means a victory, because Lord appearance is the triumph of dharma over adharma. And here, not only Vaman Dev, restored the position of Indra, but also it was a victory of the not only Devata, it is the Bali Maharaj purification, because Bali Maharaj surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord because he was not having a third step of a land. So he surrendered to him. He said, "Put your third step on my head." So each of these festival are giving a devotee an opportunity to conquer our anartha. So because we can be victorious as Lord appearance showing the victory over dharma over adharma. Similarly, if we meditate the Lord form, Lord qualities in our heart and welcome Him, so that will be victory of auspiciousness over our lust, anger, greed, envy, all our anartha. And we can conquer our anartha in such a way. Text 7 talk about like how when the Lord appear, everyone started celebrating. The conch shell, drums, mradanga, all different instruments are resounded. And whenever we welcome anyone in our temple also, any Maharaj is coming, what we do? We try to do the Kirtan. We do the play the mridanga. We do the play the kartal. So sound vibration, that's what we understand. Sound vibration is the first expression of joy. Correct? And that's why Lord Chaitanya inaugurated the Sankirtan movement is a Yuga Dharma for the Kali Yuga. So text 8 talk about celestial celebration. So now what we can understand in the celestial celebration, like Apsaras were dancing, Gandharvas was singing, different sages and demigod was praying. So whoever is, skilled in whatever, kala, kind of, Apsaras are expert in dancing. So they are dancing. Gandharvas are expert in singing, so they are singing. Sages are good at chanting the mantra, so they are doing the prayers. So different beings are expressing their devotion in their own way, where they are expert. Similarly, we should also serve the Krishna with the best gift what we received from the Lord. Correct? If we are good at Kirtan, we should do Kirtan. If we are good at book distribution, we should do the book distribution and preaching. If we are good at singing, we should do the Kirtan. If we are good at some service, we should opt that service and do our level best with the utter honesty. So, and highest expression of the joy is the Sankirtan movement. That is the highest expression of joy because that is a collective glorification to the lotus feet of the Lord. So we should never waste any of our time in these auspicious days like festivals. We should participate actively. We should glorify the Lord so that we can reawaken our natural affection for the Lord in our heart. And then the text 9 and 10 talk about, so now everyone is showering the flower from Siddhas to Yakshas, Nagas, everyone is showering the flowers on the ashram of the Kashyapa Muni. So now what we can see here, even though we can see like the demons, like Rakshasas, also joined the Devtas in the welcome ceremony of the Lord because the Lord unites everyone. That means because Rakshasa, Nagas, Yakshas, everyone is showering the flower. So, and what flower symbolize? Flower symbolize the offering of our heart, the love, what we have, what we carry. When we offer our flower of our mind, energy, our heart to the lotus feet of the Lord, correct? We should never hold back. We should always offer, we should always do the offering of our heart, offering of our mind, offering of our energy towards the service of Krishna, service in the Krishna consciousness activity. Because Krishna is accepting, he is Atmaram, but he says in Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. He is not looking for what he's looking for. He's looking for the mood of devotion, mood of the devotee. He's looking for devotion. He's not looking for all the opulences what we are offering. So, because Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, Yome Bhakta Pranakshati. So, Krishna is not hungry for anything like we serve we offer the bhoga. He's not looking for bhoga. He looking for what mood we are offering the bhoga. That is what Krishna is hungry of. And then text 11 talk about the astonishment of Aditi and Kashyapa. So when Lord appeared, Aditi astonished and joyful, and because she was not able to believe because when she was performing the Payovrata thing, her intention was to recover the position of his son, but her expectation got exceeded because Lord always gives more than what we desire. So now she's not able to believe. She's astonished. And Kashyapa Muni also cries and is calling out Jaya, Jaya. So Lord always exceed our expectation. Aditi prayed for a son protection, but Lord become his son. Lord appeared as his son, as her son. So so we need to understand that true devotion is not a dry speculation or dry rituals. It's always filled with the wonders which we cannot even believe and gratitude. So in this verse, if you look at it, Vimsita means wonder, the wonder of the Aditi. It's a keyword that we need to pray when we pray to the Lord, we should always pray for the pure devotion. We should never pray for, oh, this is my current problem, I want to get rid of this problem, or anything material what we need. We should never pray for it. We should always have a one prayer. Please please engage me in your service. Please engage me in the service of your lotus feet. Please provide me pure devotion and bhakti. Please provide me the sangha of your pure devotees. These should be all our prayers. If we do this prayer, whatever we are lacking, Lord will give. Lord will fulfill all our lack. Wherever we lack, Lord provides, and it excel our need. And then we don't need to worry about the material difficulties. Everything Lord will take away. Like in this case, Lord not only recovered the position of the Aditi, position of the sons of Aditi, but also he appeared as a son of Aditi. So yeah, so we should always beg for the pure devotion. We should never beg for anything material. I would like to stop here. I think we are over time. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpataru Vriksha Kripa Sindhu Devicha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Thank you so much, devotee. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a beautiful class. Hare Krishna to all devotees for joining the class today.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.